The average person checks their notifications around 80 times a day. That single statistic makes the classic excuse. I didn't see it. Not just a lie, but a statistically ridiculous one that everyone keeps repeating anyway. We have all quietly signed a global pact of mutual hypocrisy. We pretend that silence between people is still something accidental, something that can happen by mistake in a world where being unreachable now requires deliberate, conscious effort. In reality, we are never truly away. We are only choosing who is worthy of our presence and who gets the void. What we are actually looking at is one of the most primitive and effective forms of power available to the modern human, the ability to withhold your presence. In an age where almost everyone is permanently reachable, choosing not to respond has become the easiest, cheapest way to feel important. It is a low-effort, low-cost performance of being a ghost. Visible enough to be noticed, but conveniently dead the moment someone needs something from you. You hover on their screen like a digital specter, refusing to materialize, quietly enjoying the fact that someone, somewhere, is waiting for a sign of life from you. This isn't psychology. This is a cold, everyday market transaction. When someone reads your message and deliberately leaves it on read, they perform a small, bloodless execution. They consume your words, your request, your tiny fragment of vulnerability, and then simply erase you from their immediate reality. No explanation, no apology, no emotional labor, just a calm, effortless deletion. In that single second, they are telling you without saying a word, I took what I needed. You have nothing else of value to offer me right now. The complex social rituals of the past, looking someone in the eye, hearing the tone of their voice, navigating awkward silences, have all been replaced by one lazy movement of a thumb. You are either worth the minimal calories required to type a reply, or you are background noise. And the brutal truth is that most people, most of the time, are nothing but noise. You sit there like an idiot, staring at a glowing rectangle, waiting for a tiny pixel to change color so you can feel like a real human being again. Your brain immediately turns against you. It starts running the same exhausting loops. What did I say wrong? Was I too eager? Am I annoying? Do I even matter to this person at all? The longer the silence stretches, the louder those questions become. Every minute of waiting adds another layer of self-doubt, another reason to hate yourself for caring. The phone stops being a tool for communication and becomes a portable torture chamber, where you play both the prisoner and the interrogator at the same time. Meanwhile, the person who left you on red gets a small, clean hit of superiority. They didn't have to do anything. Their silence alone was enough to make you pay a heavy mental tax in anxiety, self-doubt, and wasted time. This is the real currency circulating today, the power to make another person squirm without lifting a finger. It's the ultimate weapon of the lazy and the insecure, dominance through inaction. It's a way of asserting a higher market value by pretending your time is so precious that even a 10-second reply would bankrupt your emotional budget. The platforms understand this mechanism perfectly and profit from it enormously. Your anxiety is their quarterly growth. Every extra minute you spend obsessively checking the chat, refreshing the screen, or staring at that motionless typing bubble is extra screen time, extra data points, extra ad impressions. They have successfully monetized the emptiness between two human beings. We have become the only species in history that willingly pays, with our attention, our peace of mind, and our mental health, to be ignored by members of our own kind. Sincerity has quietly become a social liability. If you reply too quickly, you look desperate. If you reply at all without making the other person wait, you risk appearing too available, too cheap, too low status. In this new invisible social hierarchy, real power belongs to those who can afford to remain silent. They are the black holes of the digital world. They absorb everything and give almost nothing back. Their silence is expensive. Your attention is cheap and endlessly renewable. We are slowly constructing entire cities of concrete boxes where millions of people sit alone in the dark, lit only by the cold blue glow of conversations they have no real intention of continuing. Every unread message is a small, quiet death. Every blue check mark is a silent confirmation that you were weighed, measured, and quietly discarded as irrelevant. We live in a world of high-speed fiber optics used primarily to transmit one thing: the sound of people walking away from each other at the speed of light. In 10 years, an actual living, unmediated conversation between two people will feel strangely archaic, almost embarrassing, like sending a handwritten letter or using a landline phone. It will be seen as an intrusion, a breach of the digital walls we've built to protect ourselves from the inconvenience of other people's souls. What will remain is a vast, silent society built on seen receipts and blue check marks. Millions of technically connected human beings who have become functionally extinct to one another. We will look at each other through screens, but we will no longer see each other. We will only see the status we've assigned to the person on the other side. We have optimized communication so ruthlessly that the most efficient way to deal with another person is to simply pretend they don't exist until they quietly disappear from your field of vision. We don't ghost because we're too busy. We ghost because it feels like control. It is the one thing we have left in a world that tracks our every move: the right to deny someone else a piece of our digital self. Because in a world where almost everything is available instantly, the only remaining scarce resource is other people's attention. And the power to deny it at will is the ultimate flex. And perhaps the most depressing part is how naturally and fluently we have all learned this language of deliberate absence. We do it to others without hesitation, and we accept it when it is done to us. We have become fluent in a cruelty that requires no raised voice, no confrontation, no emotional investment at all, just the quiet decision not to reply. We are all perpetrators and victims in a cycle of digital neglect, passing the hurt down the line like a viral infection. We ignore the person who cares about us so we can chase the attention of someone who ignores us. It's a circular firing squad of indifference. We are turning into a generation of perfectly connected ghosts. We haunt our own contact lists, scrolling through names of people we haven't spoken to in months, yet whose lives we track through silent stories. We wait for replies that will never come. We pretend we don't care while we check the last seen status for the 10th time in an hour, calculating the exact minute they chose to ignore us. We refresh the chat one more time. We tell ourselves they're probably busy, even though we know they're holding their phone right now, probably using it to ignore someone else. We refresh again, because admitting that we care has become the ultimate social weakness. We have made ourselves untouchable, and in doing so, we have made ourselves unlovable. In the end, the blue checkmark doesn't just mean the message was read. It means you were evaluated. It means you were found unnecessary. It means your existence was weighed against a few seconds of scrolling and found wanting. The silence that follows is the only honest thing left in the way we communicate with each other today. It is a pure, unadulterated no. It is the sound of a world that has finally learned how to be together while being completely alone. It is the final perfect optimization, a connection that requires no contact, a relationship that requires no person, and a life that requires no one else. We have finally reached the summit of our digital evolution, and the view is nothing but a vast, silent, blue-lit void.